Hi, my name is Frances Stone. I am an addictions counselor in New Westminster, BC, in private practice. I work in mental health. I've worked in addiction. I don't know, jack of all trades, I guess. I made a commitment to posting videos on Tuesday and Thursday, and making a commitment is really important to me because to me, my word is my integrity. And so I'm showing up and I'm keeping my commitment, probably more to myself, because I know once I start to slip in doing these videos that I'll probably stop altogether. And I'm really just trying to push myself and challenge myself that, like, no matter how tired I am or how busy I am, that I really want to make time to be here and to do this and to speak and to share whatever it is God wants me to share. I do pray before I've been doing these videos, and I pray now that honestly that God will give me, words to share that hopefully will encourage somebody that's listening to know that they're not alone, and that there is hope in recovery. Tonight, I wanted to talk a little bit about faith. I went to a 12-step meeting tonight, and the topic was faith, and different people shared on faith. And so it really kind of stirred in me, like, what is faith to me? And so, I'm a definition girl, which if I continue to make these videos, you'll learn more about. But when I first came into recovery, I looked up the definitions to all the different words because it was like learning a new language and learning a new way to live and a new way to think. And so, yeah, so I would constantly look up definitions of things. So I did look up the definition of faith before I began this video, and it one of the definitions was that it is complete trust and confidence, strong belief, conviction, sometimes a religious conviction, strong belief and confidence in something or someone. And another definition was through the Bible, which is faith is the substance of things hoped for, but not yet seen. And then there is in the 12-step book of Alcoholics Anonymous, I know that one of the things they say about faith is faith without works is dead, which refers to being of service, that our faith dies when we stop being of service. At least that's that's what I infer from it. I'm sure it's probably wrong. I'm sure somebody in the comments will let me know that I'm getting it wrong, but it kind of means that to me. Because I think faith without works is dead means to me that, once I stop giving back to helping others and being of service and, going above and beyond almost my capacity to be able to help other people find the gift of recovery. Once I stop doing that, I start living sort of like a normal life. And once I start living a normal life, to me, the risk of that is that I will think that I am normal, which maybe for some people that would be good news. But I spent many years of my life trying to be normal and trying to fit in and trying to be like everyone else. And I could not maintain sobriety when I was pretending to be normal. I couldn't, because I'm different. I'm very unique, which tons of us are. We're all unique. We're all little snowflakes, right? But I have my unique things about me, and a lot of those things, are what people describe as mental illness. Sorry, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny when you move past it. But anyways, like, yeah, that's different, isn't it? But anyhow, I have self-acceptance today. So that's positive. But yeah, I mean, a lot of my little quirks or whatever, the fact that that I never stop thinking. It literally, like, I have to do so many things to be able to stop thinking. I have a brain that goes 24/7 if I let it. And I've had to learn tools and skills and meditation techniques and different things to be able to direct my thinking and self soothe and yeah, just be in charge of my mind instead of my mind being in charge of me. And it's taken a lot of years to learn how to do that. And but I think that we're getting off topic here, so we're going to try to stay on topic today. The topic is faith. And so I would say, like, that I have faith today, and I had faith even, years ago when I began this journey. I have faith in the process of recovery. I have faith that if I continue to have faith in God and I continue to stay sober and I continue to do the next right thing and help other people and, be responsible for the things that I'm responsible for, like my children and my self-care and my sobriety, my recovery, paying my bills, different things that I'm responsible for. And if I continue to do those things, that, I have faith that I will have a good life. I have faith that I will have peace. I have faith that I'll be able to maintain my sobriety. I have faith that I will have a roof over my head and food in my tummy. Like, I have complete confidence that if I remain on a path of recovery, a path of sobriety for myself, I have faith that I will have a good life. I don't have faith that I will have a perfect life. I think when I first came into recovery, I wanted to have a perfect life. I wanted to have a perfect family, and I wanted to be the person that I've always wanted to be. And yeah, like, I had this vision of what I wanted my life to look like when I came into recovery, because I figured, well, now I'm not drinking or doing this or doing that. So now nothing should stop me from having a perfect life. And what I learned about through that is, the difference between God's will and self-will. And the fact that for me, what I think about is the fact that I really wanted to be with the father of my children, and I really wanted to be a family. But in that, I also felt really unloved and misunderstood and alone. And there's nothing worse than being with somebody and feeling alone. It just feels really, really hopeless to be stuck in a relationship where you feel alone, but you can't pursue hope of getting in another relationship with somebody else. There's just no hope in it. So it's really depressing. And so, like, when I place my faith in relationships or in people or in outcomes, I'm often disappointed because then I feel like I'm the one directing the show. I'm the one that's saying how things are going to go. And so I've learned over the years to sort of, like, put my faith in the work. Put my faith in the work in terms of, like, being of service, doing the right thing, and doing, self-reflective work. Sometimes that's the 12 steps, sometimes that's other self-reflective work, but, like, basically working on myself and, trying to continue to peel away the layers of the onion that is Francis. and get to the core and the essence and the authenticity of who I am, and, sort of like peel away the things that hold me back. Like a lot of fear. A lot of fear can hold me back. Fear of rejection, fear of perfectionism, or like rather fear of not being perfect, being imperfect, I guess. I think probably the biggest one that comes up for me is fear of rejection. I think that when you have experienced sort of like a feeling of rejection from your primary caretakers, like your mother and father, whether it's intentional or not, I think that can really, sorry. I think that can really color your life. It becomes the way you see everything. And I think that when people make choices that feel like rejection, they're making choices based on what they want in their life. And it feels like rejection. It can feel like that wound is fresh again, where somebody doesn't want you. And that can hurt a lot. And if you're a person that struggles with mental health and addiction, probably more so with addiction, when that wound comes up and it hurts so much, you do want to self-soothe it. You do want that pain to go away, and you don't want to feel it. And that's where substance misuse comes in. That's where addiction comes in, is that we want the pain to go away. And so we put this Band-Aid on it. And for a little while it works. And the pain goes away. But then after a while, it's kind of like the wound gets bigger and bigger. And yeah, I don't want to go too down the trail, but it's like it gets infected and it becomes disgusting. So weird. Anyways, but yeah, so like it gets worse. The more we try to cover it up, the more we try to put a Band-Aid on it, it gets worse and worse, right? And so, yeah, the whole process of recovery is like really like looking at that wound and looking at it and being like, it takes a couple layers to like get to even what it is. And, and like the core of it being rejection and feeling rejected and lashing out, or isolating, or, turning towards work, like whatever it is that we use to deny our feelings and to self-soothe. And so I think the hardest thing about being in recovery a couple years now is just feeling my feelings. And like tonight, I'm a little bit sad, and like circumstances have something happened that made me a little bit sad, and that's okay. But today, like in recovery, like I really do, like I felt a little bit sad, and I was of service to my community. I met a sponsee at a meeting. I helped somebody. I walked home. I talked to my higher power. And then I had committed to doing a video. So I was like, okay, well, I have a heavy heart, but I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to keep my commitment. So here I am. And to me, that's the process of recovery, is because I keep putting one foot in front of the other. and I feel my feelings. I don't deny them, but I also don't try to erase them or make them go away. And I just have faith that if I keep putting one foot in front of the other, if I keep showing up and being of service and doing the work and, having faith in the plan that my higher power has for my life, and that the things that are meant for me will come to me. The things that are meant to me meant for me will stay with me. And I like I've learned how to feel my feelings without trying to make them go away. And I do that through acceptance and surrender and having faith. Having faith that my higher power has a plan. And I do truly, truly, truly have faith, complete trust and confidence in the process of recovery. I do have faith that as long as I continue to maintain my sobriety and maintain my recovery, which is, for me, it's two different things. And maybe I can go into that another time. But if I continue to do that, I have faith that I'm going to have a good life and that all my needs are going to be met, that my higher power knows what I want and the desires of my heart. And yeah, I believe that the things that are meant for me will come to me, and that the things that are not meant for me will leave. And it's my job not to make them stay. It's my job to trust the process of recovery and not try to self-will and make things the way that, I want them to be. Because I spent many years of my life trying to make something happen that wasn't supposed to happen. And I kept trying to mold it into what I wanted it to be. I wanted to be this perfect Christian family. And what God wanted us to be was a family that co-parents together, that overcomes addiction, that overcomes so many different things that we've overcome in our family, to be a testimony of that. Not everybody lives happily ever after. But a lot of us will learn to make the best of our situations. And the main thing that matters the most is, if you are a mom or dad, is that our children know that they're loved by their mom and dad. To me, that's the most important thing in my family. So faith, complete trust and confidence in someone or something. I have complete trust and confidence in a God of my understanding. And I have complete trust and confidence in the process of recovery. And so maybe tonight's video was just for me, and maybe somebody else will watch it and be encouraged by the message. I hope so. And I will leave it at that. So thanks very much for listening. And have a great night. Oh, and please subscribe. It's very important that people do that. Thank you so much. Good night.